It is time for the drop. We have come to have vinyl things done to you. And there's a list, and Quinn has it. Quinn!
Hey, we're going to kick it off, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to make the great prophet has spoken.
Yeah.
This is the first time that we will introduce the drop this way, and the last time that we will do this.
It'll never happen again?
It'll never happen again, because we're going to introduce some new music from the Beatles.
Oh, my goodness.
This is the track you've been hearing about now and then. Wow. This is the track completed with AI, which I think that there is some confusion about that, and that people are thinking that they just kind of generated a John Lennon out of thin air. That is not what happened. They used Peter Jackson's technology that he helped them use for the previous on Let It Be and all that to really salvage those sessions and make everything sound terrific. In the Revolver, to where they could up the drum and the bass, make it sound like as originally intended.
Right.
They basically, and I think there's some confusion about like where this track comes from. This track was to be the third track completed for the anthology series, and the rumor is that George didn't like it so much. George isn't here anymore, so guess what?
Boom!
Baller,
drop it out.
Available. This is the Indie Store exclusive limited edition 7-inch, which is already allocated and sold out. So we've got some of these. This is the blue one. The smoke clear version is the Indie Store exclusive, which we'll have.
So cool.
This is in stores tomorrow. So it's also on a 12-inch, 3 different color. And then it's in. They're redoing. They've expanded the red and blue, the classic Beatles compilation albums. 9 more tracks in each to really kind of expand on what the greatest hits is, and included this track at the end.
That's crazy.
In the 7-inch, you get their very first single, their very first hit, "Love Me Do," with their very last song, "Now and Then." Bookends.
And this one's mine.
Sure. We'll see at the register, sir.
No one gets out alive.
No one gets out alive.
Okay.
We're going to carry on here. This is the final album from Jimmy Buffett, which was announced just after his passing. He had prepped this record. This is Equal Strain on All Parts, which is how his grandfather would describe a good nap. I don't really understand it, but it sounds good to me.
All right. Well, I mean, that's fantastic.
That's cool.
You know,
think cover sums. This is truth in advertising. This is what this album sounds like. And
I think his career was truth in advertising, pretty much.
Yep. And this record in particular, very peaceful. I think it's a quiet closing to a 50-year career.
One of those artists that don't be surprised if they're still playing his music 200 years.
Oh,
from
absolutely,
now.
absolutely.
I mean,
his brand is relaxation.
Yeah.
Right?
As long as there are beaches on Earth,
you're going to be hearing
or sailboats.
And the guests on this record are terrific. It's Emmylou Harris, Preservation Jazz Hall, and Paul McCartney, who supposedly visited him and played for him in his final hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that is nuts.
When I get ready to get in the box, Paul will not be coming to me. Well, I think chronologically it wouldn't work. Yeah. But he still wouldn't do it.
Yeah. It'll probably be me.
Okay, I'm including this in the new releases.
Please do.
Because it does contain new music.
100%.
But it's technically not a reissue. But let's talk about the re-recording
Taylor's version.
Taylor Swift's 1989. And if you're looking at these covers, you're like, well, Quinn, that's not the cover I see when looking online. It's because Taylor Swift now has gotten in the groove where she's really looking out after the indie record stores. These are the vinyl editions that were only available for pre-order from her direct-to-consumer site, and now you can only buy them at independent record stores. They have completely different covers. There's also a standard blue edition, which you can buy anywhere. This one's green. Ruben's is pink.
I've got the pink garden edition. So collect all 4.
Mine's aquamarine green.
That's crazy.
But anyways, you can.
I was listening to this earlier. I love Taylor Swift.
Here's the kooky thing. You tell me what you think about this. And I'm not like a crazy Taylor Swift fan, but you have to be. You follow music,
right?
You're following Taylor Swift,
right?
I think with these re-recordings, she sings better now than she did back then. Especially with the re-recording of her very first couple of records, but. Yeah, her voice, I think, she just becomes more of an expert singer as time moves on. So fans are super excited about these. These are blowing up. You can get them now.
Did you see that? I'm sure but I can't remember, one of the majors is now, they are like looking at their contracts redoing their contracts to prevent bands, artists from this situation happening. Like if they sell their publishing or like what happened with her manager, and that he actually owned more of the rights to prevent them from re-recording their own music and doing this.
It is. I can understand it, but I think it would be incredibly hard to manage. I mean, you think about going back since the dawn of the recording industry. If you were hot for one label, if you're in Reprise and you switch and then you're on Capitol, what's the first thing Capitol has you do? Re-record your greatest hits for them. So then that's your jump off point. So there's a long history of that. Maybe not album to album as Taylor's doing, but artists have always re-recorded their prior work. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
This feels like a move that and a lot of times when artists part ways, it's because I think labels aren't holding up their end, or they're keeping more of the money than the art over the years than the artists thought they should be making. So, and a
lot of times it's just a fresh start. You get to work with somebody who's a champion for your art that you haven't seen before. So
I love it.
All right,
I love
Let's
it.
Go to the
this
next
is
thing.
Good stuff, baby.
And boy, this is a big record. These guys have not had a record in almost 10 years. There's a brand new Gaslight Anthem record. I'm gonna give you one.
Great band.
This is another where we get to hold 2 records.
Great band.
I have the Indie Store exclusive.
Great band.
You have the Indie Store exclusive Canary Yellow, and I have the pink vinyl, which is Charity.
I love it.
Record, which that has changed, and I'm afraid that I can't quote you appropriate info there. But anyways, this is a great band. They reunited in 2022, started touring again. Their fans love them. It's very, to me, you tell me, it's so Springsteen inspired, right?
100%.
100%, yeah. And so if you're a Springsteen fan, you're looking for a new band to listen to or a younger band to listen to, these guys are it. And if you're an old fan, you got to be delighted there's a new record from these guys. And it is a strong record. It is called History Books.
It's just a great band.
Yeah.
Period. Great band.
Okay.
Like, these are one of those guys that I would love to see live.
Yeah, I would too. Hell, maybe we'll go see him.
Come on,
review
let's
it on
do
the
it.
drop.
Let's do it.
Okay. I want to talk about. So we talked about Steven Sanchez a couple weeks ago.
I was thinking the same thing when I was listening to this.
His record sounds like Roy Orbison. It's like, man, are kids
beautiful,
really
such
into
a
this?
beautiful record.
And kids are into it. Well, now we have Laffy. This is Bewitched, and this is a bestseller, blowing off the racks. In which, if you don't know this about her, she's young recording artist in her 20s, but she's doing jazz standards, classical inspired music, and I am blown away and so encouraged by the fact that younger people have an appreciation for this music. Amazing vocalist. It's terrific. It really is.
Yeah, sounds like you walked into like a smoky jazz club in 1950.
Yeah, it's like Dinah Washington.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I didn't love it because I think that there's so much of the music, I guess, that inspired this, or the artist that inspired this, that's so much dear to my heart. This is one I think I'd have to give it a couple of, because there's something Billie Eilish in her voice too.
There's
a little bit of, which I love. But at first listen, for me, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be like telling people to go buy this album.
The thing I love about it is there's a bunch of 20-somethings that have never heard.
At which point you can just say, "Shut up, Ruben."
No. I mean, the importance, like we get it. We've heard all the old stuff. The fact that they love
this music
and that it
resonates
with them is remarkable. It really is.
And it was not created on a laptop in a bedroom. Well, maybe it was.
And probably that in the Steven Sanchez record too. I'll say this: I don't think there's any pitch correction or vocal correction at all. These people can really sing, and let me tell you, there's a lot of records out there created on laptops that there's not a live instrument. I don't know that these people can sing. Anybody can make a record that sounds really good.
A lot of people can if you know the technology.
Probably not me.
We might start hearing strings again.
Oh yeah, it could happen. It's coming.
All right.
Okay, let's keep we're rocking with the ladies here. This is Caroline Polachek. People would remember her from Chairlift. She's really, since that band broke up, has had her career trajectories like this. Now, this record actually was released digitally in February. I don't know why it has taken so long. It was originally scheduled, and I think over the summer, and then it got delayed. So now it's finally available in physical form on CD and LP. Desire, I Want to Turn Into You, and being regarded as the best record of her career. And she's cool.
How would
Check
you
it out.
I'm not very familiar with her. How would you describe it?
I mean, it's indie pop, but like her previous record that we had, which was a reissue of her first record, was another record where it's made on a laptop with sounds. There's not even instruments or anything. It's just sounds with her singing over it. Of course, Chairlift was kind of a band, indie rock band. Modern indie pop.
Okay. Modern indie pop.
Female fronted. All right.
Love it.
Ladies are still rocking here with the Deluxe Edition from Ice Spice. Crazy
having a moment right now.
Having a moment,
Ice
man.
Spice is all over the place.
And that SNL performance really just kind of blew it through the stratosphere, right? The new hit is In Mood, but this record is loaded with songs that are hot. 23-year-old rapper, headed for big things. I mean, if this is the debut, I mean, this is, you got Nicki Minaj on a cut.
Yeah.
Big record. I think going to continue to be a big record too.
Didn't Taylor bring her out at one of the tour stops?
I think so.
I think there was an Ice Spice sighting at one of the Taylor shows. I think.
You ready to go back to the days of yore?
I left 10 minutes ago.
There's a brand new OMD record, people, and it even looks like an OMD record, right? It's called Baja Staircase, and they reunited recently, and they've been really doing well on the concert circuit, and everybody I knew that saw that last tour were just raving about this. This is one of the best things that they had seen. This is the indie vinyl, red vinyl, indie exclusive, but of course there's good old school black vinyl, and
it's embossed.
It's embossed.
Then there's your Bauhaus inspired staircase, by the way, if you're familiar with the German art movement. Is it? Where the band took its name from.
If you're a fan of this band, you got to be loving it, because this is like they didn't miss a beat. This sounds like classic OMD.
It's what you want when you buy an OMD record.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, and next up, I think it's good these are paired together. This is the new Mountain Goats record, Jenny from Thieves, billed by front guy as a lush collection of show tunes, which of course it's a rock record, but it leans, their music's pretty theatrical.
Yeah,
right?
And they've been around for a while. I love it. They asked him like what his what's inspired it. And he's like, Godspell, the Broadway play. Yeah.
Jim Steinman.
Okay, all right. I know where this is going.
They did all.
We've
the
seen Jim Steinman on Broadway.
Wrote all the Meatloaf tracks, and then the Cars. And I think that pretty sounds like that.
Okay,
they're cool. They've got this is kind of viewed as follow up to their most highly regarded record, that West Texas record. So
love it.
Fans are digging it. Okay, you got the blues, Ruben?
I got the blues right now.
The blues, okay. Because there's a new Christone Kingfish Ingram live from London LP, and this guy is super hot right now. He's like one of the young young guns
definitely coming up
of blues. And of course blues, you always want to hear blues live, right?
Yeah,
like it's really hard. Every blues guy is always trying to figure out how to capture what they do live on a record. It's hard to do.
Everybody's had him open up. I think Bonamassa took him out. I think he did Europe with Bonamassa. And he's been out with like Eric Gales and all these guys. He's like, if there's a multiple blues bill, he's on it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's
already acknowledged by the legendary Fender Guitar Company with his own signature model.
That's a pretty cool guitar, right?
It's based on the Telecaster Deluxe.
Is that scalloped right there? It looks like
it's not. No, that's the light, but it is purple. And if you'll notice, that's not a Telecaster bridge. That's more the Gibson style bridge. Yeah. But yeah, to his spec, and you have a signature guitar, my friend. Congratulations. Killer player.
It's a big deal. Yeah,
killer player. Young kid too.
And I think blues fans out there is like, okay, who do I listen to now? Who's next? Who's the young guy? This is the guy.
He's a guy to listen to.
This
definitely.
is the guy.
Definitely.
Okay. I saved
one of them.
I saved the best
because you know where I live. You know exactly what's.
I know it.
You went right into my kitchen. The Kills, baby. New album from Allison and Jamie, and I could not be happier. I've already got tickets to the show. A little bit more electronic vibey in here, a little bit more,
But his cookie guitar is still there.
It's still them. It's still them. It's like those guys. They've done such a great job minting the Kill sound that you can
and
put
not overdoing it. There's not like a record every year that you get burned down on them.
No,
I think they make a record right when they should. And
perfect.
Allison's one of the great front people of our time.
She's
just.
I've never seen them live, which I don't even know how that happens.
You're going.
And I'm going. I got tickets already. Yeah, I'm going. So this in-store colored vinyl, right? Exclusive.
Yeah, indie exclusive. There's also a black vinyl. This is, what does it say?
Boom Slang Green. And you get a 16-page booklet.
Write us a letter if you know what Boom Slang Green is, because I do not. God Games.
God the Kills. Come on, man. Ooh, I'm so excited about this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds great. It sounds fantastic.
I like first listen. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Home run.
Okay. Let's talk reissues. Every year during the holidays, Christmas, like they know, record companies know, man.
They want your money
in the bank.
They want your money.
They put the reissues out because they know that someone that doesn't know that much about music is going to come to the store and go, well, they like them.
Sold out. So these will be gone immediately. Look at this. Look at this.
We're going to kick it off with a big one. This is Nirvana's In Utero. Ooh. This is
beautiful.
This is just the 5 CD, 72 track, 53 unreleased live tracks, B-sides, whatever.
Yeah.
Two unreleased concert, 48 page hardcover book
for the casual fan.
There's also a double LP, and this has a bunch of collectible stuff in it, ticket stubs, all that. There's also an LP version, which is too heavy for me to hold, or I'll get tendonitis on the spot.
Damn.
Yeah, and this is the 30th anniversary edition. There was a previous anniversary edition. Nothing this widespread.
Out of control.
It's out of control. And many of us saw them.
Yep,
on this
I saw this tour.
It was spectacular.
It was great.
My friend.
It was 100% amazing. God almighty. And I mean, they knocked it out of the park in the packaging.
The packaging is so cool because you like slide it out. It's like at this windowed thing. Mm-hmm. Not embossed, but really actually probably better than embossing.
Come down and get it for that Nirvana fan in your life. This is going to be the Christmas present.
It's going to be on Christmas records. And we're keeping the anniversaries going. This is the 20th anniversary edition of the Shins Shoots Too Narrow. And this is the loser edition. It's on a limited edition color variant. I don't know which color it is.
What does it say?
It does. It is yellow. I believe it's yellow. It doesn't say. But the great thing about this record, it's all die cut. Like it folds out like a children's book. This is easily their best album, I think.
Oh, yeah.
This is the record that really, really made them. Top to bottom, great singing, great band. And really kind of after this, there's one more record, and then he does the classic. James does the classic move where you kind of dissolve the group and then just hire people.
Yeah.
So you can keep all the money.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the record. Been out of print for a little bit, so it's good to have it back.
Good price too for it. Very good price for it.
So
price to move. Shoots too narrow, people.
Shoots.
Shins fans.
Shoots.
Get in the car.
Too narrow.
Shoots.
That's what they say when I get to the amusement park. They're like, dude, shoots are too narrow.
Shoots are too narrow for you, big boy.
Okay. Another big one. Another big box. And there are two bigger box sets that, again,
of course.
I pick it up.
Of course.
I can't hold it. This is the great Prince in the New Power generation. This is Diamonds and Pearls. Hailed as one of his finest records, and tons of session work with this. You get single edits, you get the remixes, you get demos, there's just a mountain of, obviously, Prince. Whenever he arrived at his final edit of the record, you have to know that there's just mountains of material that he had to go through to get to that. This is the deluxe edition 4 LP set. There's also a CD box set that has Blu-ray audio and a bunch of other stuff in it, but this is the definitive version. This corporate cooperation with the estate. Fans love this record. I do too.
What's not to like?
What's not to like?
It's all fantastic on
loaded with hits. Cream, Get Off.
Yeah.
It's solid. It's good.
100%. Yeah.
And remember when this CD came out and you had the holographic cover?
I don't remember that.
You
do.
I do,
And that's why in Quinn we trust. All right, keep it moving.
I'm glad somebody does. Okay,
keep it moving.
Man, it's just anniversary time. It's the 10th anniversary. And this record has been darting in and out of print. This is the 1975. It's their debut album.
Yep.
Huge record.
Good record.
This is on white vinyl for 10th anniversary edition. We haven't been able to keep the regular one in stock. I'm hoping with the expanded pressing capacity, we're going to see more of these things stick around. I think this has a bunch of bonus content on it as well, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, they didn't put a hype sticker on it to let you know what's going on.
No hype sticker.
No hype sticker. But, you know, beloved band, tons of fans.
Chris has the sticker gun. Maybe he has the hype sticker.
he's ready to hype it.
He's hyping it.
He's ready to hype it. Okay. People may have heard of this band. I don't know. Let's introduce them to them.
Yeah.
This is Led Zeppelin 4. Probably, I mean, if you don't own this record, you really gotta do some catching up. And they're doing the Atlantic for their 75th anniversary. They're picking Select Records and doing limited edition. They did a clear vinyl pressing of this, and that's what this is. You can still get the black vinyl at the store, but this is the limited edition.
Why not have
vinyl.
both?
And check out the cool. There's your cool Led Zepp Swan Song logo hologram on there. That's how you know it's for real.
There it is. See it in the corner right over the drop. Yeah, I remember. I got this album for Christmas. My mom got it for me.
That's a good one. You remember that one? That was a good Christmas, 100%. Right? We're rocking it.
Yeah. Enjoyed it.
We got another 10-year anniversary here.
Come on, baby.
Happy 10th anniversary, Tyler the Creator.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wild, right? This is Wolf. This is like the first like super big record. It sold almost 1 million records in its first week of sales.
Isn't that crazy?
It has not been really available for a long time. I can't remember the last time we've had this record. So there were a few. It was licensed to a few boutique. I think like Run on Me Please maybe had an edition, maybe Urban Outfitters at some point, but it's never really been back in print in a widespread fashion. And so now we have it on a 2LP pink vinyl, need a gatefold jacket, printed sleeves, 12x12 insert, a big old sticker in there.
The artwork's amazing.
Artwork's amazing. One of the most influential rappers of our time.
Yeah.
And his
worked with everyone.
Has worked with everyone.
Like everyone.
And on this record, you know, this has Frank Ocean, this is Erykah Badu, Pharrell.
It's a great album. It's a great album. 10 years. Wow.
Yeah, and of course he started the whole Odd Future thing with they appear on there as well.
Look at this. If you haven't taken a hard, I love it. He's on a BMX bike. See the little. He's got the seafoam green Vans. I mean, the detail's crazy. Somebody named Ryden did the art. That's awesome. A cool piece to look at.
Yeah, it is. I'm hoping that's the art print on the inside.
I hope so too.
Okay, let's talk about that was 1 million. It's a record that sold 1 million in a week. This record probably sold 30,000 in its entire run. But we're going to celebrate the 20th of Jose Gonzalez. This is his album Veneer. I love this album. When it came out,
I don't know it.
Oh, it's
I saw it on the list,
great.
but I didn't get to it.
He's I think he's South American, if I'm not mistaken. I could be totally wrong about that, but it's this hypnotic, kind of Nick Drakey. He's got this unusual timbre to his voice. It's just pretty much him and his guitar, and it's like a Spanish guitar at times. And man, it first time I heard this record, I was like, "Whoa, who is that?"
Okay, now I got to go check it out.
Yeah, you would dig it.
There's a ton of stuff on here too.
Ton of stuff. A bonus live album. I didn't even know that. And you get a 24-page booklet. And it's numbered, limited edition. A song-by-song guide from the artist himself. Man,
come on, action-packed people.
I might have to get that for the live show.
Right?
He's if you're looking for something that's just kind of hypnotic and put you in a mood, man.
That's the one.
This is a testament to how just voice and guitar can put it over.
Right.
Check it out. He's terrific. Okay, and you know it's Rocktober just ended, but we're going to honor it by talking about some Rocktober editions of 3 records that are just terrific records. This is I have the standard edition on these, but this one I can't remember the last time this has been in print. This is the final studio record from Talking Heads. This is Naked, collaborations with Johnny Marr and others, and I love this record. It's probably not as obviously likable as the other. It mixes in a lot of world music, as that's obviously what he went
the direction
to
that
immediately afterwards.
Yeah, that he was going to.
This is kind of one of those records you don't hear it as much as the other records. When you finally hear it, you're like, oh, I love this record.
Produced by Steve Lillywhite, the great Steve Lillywhite.
And don't forget about Little Creatures. probably the big monster hit record with them.
100%.
It's like I think there's 4 top 10 singles on the record.
Yeah.
You get Stay Up Late, And She Was,
yeah.
Road to Nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, top to bottom, great record. I would like to go on the shopping trip where they picked all those clothes.
Right? How snazzy is that?
And the artwork done by Reverend Howard Finster from Atlanta that also did REM and some other album covers. And then Talking Heads, True Stories, which was the album. There was a soundtrack, but this is the album with the band performing songs from the film. And what is this? This is this limited edition red.
Pretty damn cool.
We got some cool color variants. So, but these are all records that haven't been available in a long time.
Right.
So you can snap them up now. And that puts us. Are you ready to open the vinyl vault?
Yeah, we're going to the vinyl vault.
We're gonna do it.
Here's a weird album that I bought it for 2 reasons. So I'm in the record store. This is Boss Hogg, and did we determine the second album?
It is Cold Hands is the second album.
Okay,
yes.
so the second album by Boss Hogg, and I was so this is 1990. I was taken by the lovely woman on the cover, which made me want to know more. And then I flipped it around and I said, Amphetamine Noise Reptile, which I knew had several of the bands that I was into at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, if they're label mates, and there's another picture of that lovely gal on the back, I said, I'm buying it. So I take it home and I put it on, and it was one of those things where I hadn't heard music quite like that.
Right.
What was happening, and especially the guitar playing was just completely nuts. I mean, there was a little hint of maybe the Cramps in there, but just
pyrotechnics, guitar
pyrotechnics. And I was like, but it's the first time I heard John Spencer.
Yeah.
Later of John Spencer, Blues Explosion. It wasn't an easy record to listen to because there wasn't like the one catchy song or anything. But it was a record that for me was, it was one of those that, and I had a lot of these moments in my record and musical life where like, oh, there are people doing a different style of a thing.
Yeah, and you can do this, right?
And exactly right. But yeah, it's a good record.
Introduce the world to John Spencer, really. This
and
is like
Christina. Do we know Christina's last name?
Martinez.
Christina Martinez. Yep. Yeah. Anyway, because she's just Christina on here. So for anybody who wants to know, the all stars on Boss Hogg, Christina, John Spencer, or Jonathan Spencer at the time. I'm like, who's this Jonathan Spencer?
Jonathan.
Pete Shore, Charles Andrus, and Jerry Teal. Anyway.
I'm going to give a shout out to my colleagues out there and say that my first memory, and like I remember, the first memory of this record was walking into Sound Exchange and seeing it like on the.
I think that's where I got
rack,
it.
Like right up front, like stacked deep. Like, oh, that's an important record, man. They're into this.
Yeah, I think that's where I got it. Yeah. But back then, albums were pretty affordable. New albums was $6-7, and labels were a thing. Sub Pop was about to be a thing. They were there, but Nirvana's Bleach was out in '90. Yeah. So we knew. So it was kind of cool to buy from the labels that had bands you liked.
There was a culture around them.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, Amphetamine? Yep, I'm in. So anyway, Boss Hogg, give it a listen. This is not, we looked online. This is not online anywhere, I don't think. It's not on iTunes. It's not on.
I think you see that, I was looking for a record the other day online to tell someone to listen to it and stream it. I think when you see that there's some, there's the record itself. There it is. What you run into, there's some legal.
Yeah. Somebody sued someone.
Or maybe somebody doesn't know who's got this. But I don't know what is in print from that label right now anyway. So,
were they Chicago? Where were they? What was Amphetamine?
I think it's Chicago.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Yeah.
I think, off name. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. That's the vinyl vault. Before we let you go, folks, it is that time of the show, and we have maybe like 30 seconds left.
Oh, look at us. We're dialing it in
we have maybe 30 seconds left. Upcoming, do we have any in-store appearances? Anything happening of note?
Well, we announced last week we're having Peter Case perform in the store along with our good friend Dave Ensminger. He has a brand new book.
Very cool.
And so it's going to be like an author event, musician event. That's November 16th. Complimentary
Yes.
St. Arnold beverages, stuff on the stage before his show at the Duck. And if you haven't seen Peter Case,
I've never seen him live.
He's a brilliant
show.
storyteller, brilliant musician, and a great singer.
Last thing I'm going to tell you, it is, Quinn mentioned it, we're approaching the holiday season. Of course, you're going to see all the box sets and all the cool stuff. But if you come in store, lots of cool stuff here. If you've never been to Cactus, T-shirts, musical memorabilia, and just if you like kitschy stuff, if you like cool stuff, if you like whatever, these guys got tons of stuff. And you can be a really smart gift giver.
If you don't know what to get, and you give us a point of reference. I need to buy a gift for this person, and they like this and this. We're going to put you
somebody can dial you in, and of course you can catch them shop online at
cactusmusictx.com.
That's it. We're out of here. We'll see you next week. Peace. Bye. Let's see who's been calling. Probably a girl. I think we need like a curtain that comes down at the end, because we never know when we're really out.
We don't. It's good.
I could always press the button. Should I press the button? April?
Hit that button, DJ.
April, should I hit the button?
You're about to run out of juice anyway. Your battery, your energy.
Is it really? Oh no!
Oh no!
That shouldn't be happening. I charged this thing earlier. Mm-hmm. You guys are getting like bonus material. This is fantastic.
The blooper reel.
This is fantastic. Let's see. Hang on a second.
Just let it go.
Staring contest. Let's see if April's even monitoring. She's probably watching some Senate session.
Mm-hmm.
She's logging.
It's hard to believe
I can hear her.
Important than this.
There isn't. But all right, you know what? I have to take matters into my own hands. We're leaving the studio. Everybody. See ya. Bye.
Well, typing that